All right, what is up, everybody? Casey the Rockstar Flipper here, and it's Thursday, which means another Q&A live Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, each and every Thursday night. I am here to answer your guys and gals' questions. Casey the Rockstar Flipper here, and it's Thursday, which means another Q&A live. Oh my God, how about some audio? Woo! Forgot to mute the video. My fault, guys. That should go away. Oh, watching myself with the chat up, audio problems happen. Whoops. We'll give everybody a few minutes to get in the chat. At least everybody wasn't here when that happened. Thrifting 24/7 and Larry, how are you both doing? Natalie is here. Biscayne Kid, Ramon, and everybody else joining in. G Figueroa was first. So, Chef Honey, how you doing? Honeybee Treasure, Infinite Possibilities. Everybody's joining. I see all of you guys. Dave Norman here. We're going to give everybody just a couple of minutes to get going and get into the chat, and then we'll jump right into Thursday. We're going to talk about my week this week. We're going to talk about buying and selling. We're going to talk about getting our sourcing back. We're going to talk about a little bit of everything tonight. And you never know. Maybe somebody will drop by. Maybe they won't. We'll see. Natalie, you can refresh it. Lisa Hazlett, I hope I said that right. Finally catching me live. Welcome to your first live show. I appreciate you being here. Each and every Thursday night, 9 p.m., you can catch us and me live here on the Rockstar Flipper resale live show, Q&A show. Thanks for joining me. Glad you could catch your first one. Kitwana, what's up, buddy? Di Van Buskirk. I hope I said that right. She's been watching me all day while she's been working. Thank you. Angela, growing facial hair. Kate actually likes the facial hair. A lot of people like it. I'm going to have to shave pretty soon, though. It's getting kind of long. I don't grow it out that long. Sometimes. Dallas, my oldest viewer here. You mean the longest or like literally the oldest age-wise? I don't want to ask your age, but thank you. Ruggers Customs. You know your nickname, Ruggers. I want to call you what everybody else called you last week, but I won't do it to you. It did feel good to hit that like button. If you guys do enjoy these live Q&As, these Thursday night live shows, or any live shows that I do, please, by all means, hit the like button down in the right corner. It means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. Those of you that want to know why the like button is so important, it shows me that you guys are enjoying what I'm doing and to make sure I'm doing the right thing. Wow, we're already over 100 viewers in 2 minutes. Thank you, guys. And it also pushes the videos up so other people can find them. So I really appreciate that, guys. Parrish, Florida. Deborah Motaz is right down the road from me, about 20 minutes. Dallas says he's my oldest viewer at 72. Awesome. Rubbers Customs. I didn't say it. Dave Norman called you out on it, Ruggers. Biani Martinez, how you doing? Jed is here. I knew I'd see you here. Happy wife, happy life. No doubt about it. Chuck's in Jacksonville, a few hours up the road from me. Of course, all my Texas viewers, all you guys. We got a Sydney, Australia, I assume. Keys is from Baltimore, my old stomping grounds where I grew up. Another Baltimore, a couple Baltimore people. Yalos went on our first trip to the bins today, loaded up on scrubs. Great job. Great job. Scrubs are selling good. We've already sold 2 from the mini haul that I got yesterday. If you didn't see that mini haul, you can go back after this show and check it out. Picked up 6 scrubs yesterday. Sold 2 of them already. Chuck Allen, wife's YouTube crush. That's very flattering. Thank you. TD Paul is, of course, Orlando. Orlando is going to be my target of Ben store shopping next week. So look for me in Orlando next week. 4 hours at work today, Surf and Goat. Wow, a lot of people, man. We're already at 135 people, you guys. Thank you so much for all being here on every Thursday, 9 p.m. when you guys join in here. I really love seeing all the faces, all my regulars. Those of you that are able to catch the show for the first time live, thank you for making it. And hope to see you again. Hope to see you every Thursday. So it's been an awesome week, you guys. Kristen is here. As soon as she learns how to spell, I'll acknowledge her more. Kristen got a shout out from Emery King this week. Amiri King, whatever his name is. Emery King? Yeah. That was super funny. I don't buy the bottoms and the solid color scrubs. I buy only the cool ones. First time for Natalie. Everyone's live right now. Who else is live? My live show is 9 p.m. every Thursday, so you guys can count on me being here at the same time. Who else is live right now? Biscayne Kid, thank you. That's my plan, every Thursday consistency. Candy's first time here. Thank you, everybody. Mark is in Wales. The internet's awful. My internet's running like crap tonight too. Anyways, the jewelry people. Oh, Jason's live. Jason's been doing a lot of live shows, so I can't knock on Jason. He's been doing a ton of good stuff. You know, I'll have to have him back on the show. I'm going to ask Jason. I'll message him tonight and see if we can't get him over here on my show later in the week or next week. Randy Orton. I do know Randy Orton. Buddy's in the green room. Prof Sales is live. Okay, yeah, I'm interrupting Prof. Bonafide's live too? Wow, I didn't know everybody's going. I don't know. We're here. We're all here. You guys are here. So we're going to just jump right into this. This week was a little bit of a slow week. You guys have noticed some slow sales. I had a really slow day yesterday. For those of you that know what slow is for me, $250 in sales. Yesterday we're at $350 today, so a little pickup, but it's been slow. My average days were creeping up to $450 to $500, so very slow. Don't get down. When this happens, basically I will plan to go out sourcing tomorrow, Friday and Saturday, and pick up as much as I can, and I'll source all week next week. With that being said, I am going to go on a video game mad like crazy sourcing. If you guys noticed the last few trips to the pawn shops, I've been trying to build up my video game inventory. I am going to take a few $1,000s and buy hundreds of games. I'm going to build my inventory back. Video games are selling really, really well right now on Amazon. So if you can sell on Amazon, do it. If you don't have Amazon, you're using eBay. Video games are still doing good on eBay. They're doing super good on Amazon, but they're still good on eBay. So go out and source video games. Pawn shops, yard sales, thrift stores, Goodwills, wherever you can get them, look for them on Facebook groups, look for them on Craigslist. Video games are hot right now. They're just doing really, really good. They didn't do so good during Christmas. I got to be honest. They did okay. They were stable, but right now they're super, super good. Anyone, newer or older, I'm selling everything from Nintendo 64 games. You guys saw I sold those controllers. The GoldenEye 64 game sold right away. I sold it the same night, bought it for $10, sold it for $19.99. Made a $5 profit on 10. It wasn't bad. Also, the DS, 3DS, Game Boy Advance, the small games, those are all selling super good. A ton of stuff is selling really good in video games right now. So, Crafty Princess, it's okay if you don't know anything about video games. All you need is your handy-dandy phone. You can type the game in, Mario, Pokemon, Ninja Turtles, and just look for them. Any system, you know, just because it's older doesn't mean it won't sell. A lot of older games don't sell, but a lot of older games do. So make sure you can take that $50, that $100 out, you know, to a yard sale or to pawn shops, and you can buy yourself up 20, 30 games and, you know, at $2, $3 a piece and turn it into $200 or $300. So that's my plan. I'm going to do it on a big scale. I'm going to try to buy 300, 400, 500 games. I'm going to spend, you know, $1,500, $2,000 next week on video games and see what we can do with it. Atari games sell super good. The sanding disc on the JFJ Easy Pro does not ruin it because afterwards you buff it out. I've never ruined a game that way. It always works really, really good. We test a lot of games, but not all of them. Facebook Marketplace is awesome. There's a lot of people selling and a lot of people buying. You could definitely find stuff on there. If you're not doing so good on Facebook Marketplace, then you should definitely pull in to Facebook groups, the yard sale groups. If you've never used the Facebook yard sale group, go under Facebook at the top search bar and type in the name of your city like Houston or New Orleans or San Diego, and then type the word yard sale. You will find tons and tons of groups with thousands and thousands of members close to you that you can buy and sell from. It's just like a Craigslist, but it's a Facebook group. It's more personal. It's typically safer. There are still some not so good people on there, but just be careful like anything else if you're meeting someone in public. But it's super, super good place to buy and sell. I did. So Lindy, those of you that didn't see, Lindy went to the pawn shop with her husband, which if you've never been to a pawn shop, go with somebody. A brother, a husband, a boyfriend, a sister, a friend. Go together and source if you're not comfortable until you get the feel of the pawn shops. I've been in thousands of pawn shops, so it doesn't bother me to walk in and out anymore. Crypto Coins is asking most of my profits do come from video games and electronics. I sell a lot of clothing. I make a couple $1,000 a month in clothing, which is what most of you are looking to do, which is why I show you guys all these clothing finds. You can make a couple thousand. I tend to make more, 5, 6, 7,000 on electronics. It's my niche. It's what I know best. It's what I find the best of, and it's what I put the most time into. I certainly could transition over to more clothes, but that's kind of not my niche. I make good money on it. I do it, but the electronics and the video games are what I love. Clothing is, something I can help you guys with. I know a lot about it, but I don't know as much as I'd like to know. And I'm going to keep learning the clothing. I'd like to grow the clothing as much as the video game so I can make 6,000 or 7,000 here and 6,000 or 7,000 here. That would be awesome. Oh, the echo. Oh, I can try a different sound. I can try the different mic. Let me try the different mic and tell me if this helps with the sound any. Give me just a second here. Oh, no sound. Okay, how about now? I did the no sound, my bad. How about now? Are we good? We back? No sound. Good now? Good? Back to normal? Okay, is that better? Does that get rid of the echo? Sweet. All right. Cool. Okay, let's jump back into it. I wanted to try to get rid of that echo because I am in this room. I'm going to try to get out of this room, guys, because this room is huge. This is like a huge room that I'm in. So the echo is probably a little bit. Sorry about that. I'm going to do stuff. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to get some sound dampering. No squares on my face. No Minecraft things going on. No, no. Okay, anyways, Amazon doesn't price my products. I price them, but I look everything up on Amazon. I usually don't try to be the lowest. I'll try to fall right in the second or third spot. That's typically what I'll do. The other mic was better, somewhat other. The other mic that I'm using, for those of you guys that don't know, this is Blue Snowball. The problem with this is why you get the echo. It's 360 degrees, and it picks up everything in the room. So it's kind of, my friend's got another mic called the Blue Yeti, which is directional. I'm going to try that. I'm going to bring his mic over here one day and try his mic out one day. See what happens. So Heather and Rob flipping in Florida, first time live. Yeah, the Yeti. Okay, I'm actually I'm gonna bring somebody on. I'm actually gonna get a little help with this live chat. Let me bring somebody on. I'm gonna message them, see if they're available. Yeah, the microphone is cool. This microphone is totally awesome, but it picks up everything. This thing is crazy. Like, picks up the whole deal. It's ridiculous. The i8 is behind me. That's my garage, actually. Right behind me is the garage. It's in there. The Blue Yeti should be good. Kate is at her mom's. Thursday is her dinner that she has with her parents. Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh, the video games. That's my plan for next week. Huge video games. Huge things that I want to do with that, and hopefully we can get that rolling. If you guys have never bought and sold video games, give it a shot next week. You know, there's no harm in trying a few games. The worst that's going to happen is that you're going to get your money back. I mean, you're not really going to lose money on video games as long as you buy them correctly and pay attention to what you're doing. Otherwise, you know, that's what I'm going to try to do. Black Diamond VHS is false. You're not going to get thousands of dollars for Black Diamond VHSs. Jeremy, it is coming. Speaking of, a lot of people asking about the video with Dave. We filmed half of it. We are going to film the second half of it this weekend, hopefully, and it will be up for you guys. I know I've been promising it. It's just the two of us have crazy schedules, so it is. It's going to be tough to get that video finished, but we're getting to it, and I'll edit it. You guys have been waiting, so there's a switch on this mic to only pick up one side. Well, I don't think there's one on mine. I don't have any switches on my mic. Maybe the other one has it. I don't know. PS3s are strong. Games depend on the game. I've sold games anywhere from $5 to $10 up to $20, $25. So it just depends. Do a live vlog from the i8. Max for games, most of my games are between $1 and $3, $1 and $5. Some of my games will go on up to, you know, I don't know. I've sold games for $20, $25, $30, $50 for N64. It all just depends on the game. I don't sell a ton of laptops or computers. The bigger stuff, the more expensive. I hate selling $300, $400, $500. It just seems to be so many problems. potential profit is there, but it's scary. It's risky. I hate it. I know I take a lot of risk, but not that way. Tina Wilson, yeah, Florida's awesome right now. It's beautiful. It's still warm. Love sourcing here. Love it. It's been a slow week on eBay. I saw somebody say that. Angela, I always do free shipping, yes. Game systems, I don't really buy, but you have to look every item up. There's no maximum amount to pay for an item. All you guys asking what's the most I'll pay for something? I'll pay $1 million for a video game if it sells for 1.1 million. Whatever it takes. Just trying to see if anybody's available to join me. PlayStation original games, yeah. Spyro's a really good game. Final Fantasy VII sells really good. Final Fantasy VIII, all the old school games sell good. Cam Robinson, no, she will not allow me. I haven't actually talked to her in a while. I haven't seen her. Right now, I'm processing 20 to 25 orders a day. We were at 35 to 40 a day on Christmas time. So sales are definitely down. I mean, it's tough. I have thought about changing to free shipping, but I'm scared to do it. Got to be honest. Scared to do it. I see a lot of questions rolling through, guys. I'm trying to keep up with them. Give me just a second here. Just responding to a few of you. I do use my phone to list. We definitely use all of our phones. Q3 in sales were okay. I don't know how they're going to be this year. I've heard things might drop off Q3. Usually people are preparing for fourth quarter, so we have to watch and see. Wow, we have 222. It's awesome. Yeah, Angela, I thought about it, changing one at a time to go free shipping, try some and try to, you know, we'll think about it. I just really love free shipping. Chuck Allen, thank you. I appreciate it. They killed it the other night with 3 of them, man. 527. That's something that no one's ever touched. Should be near the USB cable. Nope. No switch on mine. I have a really old school snowball, so probably not working so good. Gypsy Hustler has changed names. I might try it. Has anybody actually done the going from no shipping to charging shipping? How did it work out? Never mind on my question. Oh, there we go. We do have a special guest. Look at that. He's not actually paying any attention to being a special guest, but, and we can't hear him because he's got that. Everything.
I don't have a mic, no sound, nothing.
Using an iPhone to list is completely awesome. That's what we use. Everybody uses it. It's quick, it's fast, and yeah.
No sound? Nothing?
Lindsay Larson, you got no sound, by the way, special guest. For those of you that have never met, this is Dave. He's experiencing technical difficulties, apparently. We'll get him on board in a second. We can hear him. Wait, you can hear him? What? How can you guys hear him? I can't hear him.
You guys can hear me?
Oh, there he is.
Just listen, Casey.
Hold on. Don't
Casey,
talk.
You're just in the way. You're just in the way, Casey.
Hold the volume. Hold the audio for a minute. I gotta put headphones in. Otherwise, you guys are gonna get to hear him twice. Just a second here. I didn't prepare for a special guest. My bad. All right, now you can talk.
You can smell my Deadpool?
Now you can talk.
Somebody said they could smell me. You can smell my Deadpool? Is that it? That's what you could smell?
Proper live stream attire.
That is correct.
Apparently, I'm the one with tech issues. It's okay. I'm good. It was just because I mute everything, because if I don't mute it, you guys are going to hear everything twice on repeat and echo. So I have to put headphones in so I can unmute it and hear. That's why. Anyways, Dave's here.
Listen, so it's kind of true as far as the tech savviness that Lindsay Larson just said, Casey, but nobody understands. Like, tell them what my YouTube studio that I have over here is pretty bonkers.
Yeah, when it comes to high tech, Dave's on point. But when it comes to like, where's the on-off button? He's completely worthless. Like, you could ask this guy to like engineer a rocket to get to Mars. You could probably pull it off for you. But if you need to get gas out of your gas, like open a gas tank, forget it. Like, it's just done.
There's some truth.
Pittsburgh Mike is here. Crafty Princess, if your chat is logging, just refresh, hit the refresh button, and usually that'll fix it. You can also go to the settings under the video and downgrade the quality, and it'll go faster than buffing. I will link that YouTube channel down in the bottom below. It's not going to let him link it in the chat. It's just because that's the way that Google's chat is set up, unfortunately. But if you give me just about 60 seconds, I will.
So to answer the question about why my video is better than Casey's video, which I talk to Casey about this every day. Well, Casey doesn't care about the quality of his video. He says it's the quality of his information. That's what's important. So that's what we're focusing on. We don't really need to see his face. It's what he says. That's what matters.
It's true. I feel like I want the quality of my video to be good. And I had it good the other day, but the piece of equipment I'm using I'm still trying to figure it out. And the new camera's on the way. So once all that gets here, the quality will definitely go up. I know right now it's just borderline. It's okay. But as long as I'm with you guys and we're sharing this information, everything's going good, then that's all I care about to start. We'll get the physical quality with time. It's going. But the new camera's coming. And yeah, so that'll be here. That'll be here.
It's possible I'm lagging.
It's possible. You're being a little bit for me. The new camera should be here Monday. I did the tracking, so it may not make it Saturday like I was hoping. Casey always looks good. I appreciate that, Sherry. Thank you very much. Okay, so and the beard is getting scruffy. Looks like an outlaw biker. You know what, guys? I tried to watch. I'm going to jump off course a little bit here, but I tried to watch. I've never watched Sons of Anarchy. Insert big sigh. Okay, I've never watched it. I tried to watch the first episode of it the other night. Absolutely hated it on Netflix. Terrible show. But I do see the resemblance. I could fit in with their biker gang. There's no doubt about it. Okay, anyways, let's get back to the questions that you guys came here for. If you guys, I saw you guys posting a lot of questions in the chat. If you have questions for either of us, for both of us, for one of us, put it in the chat, and I will ask him his questions, and my questions I'll answer. Florida, that is coming in the video, so we'll update you when that video goes up. That's the video we're making. That's what everyone's been talking about, and that's what we're going to be making. When do I recommend getting a premium store? Once you hit, I believe the number, somebody help me, was it 400 listings a month? I think it was like 15 a day that you should, it's worth the money to go from the $19.99 for the basic up to the $60 a month that I spend on the premium store, which is, it ends up costing less for the store than it does the insertion fees on the items. I gotta have a biker look so I don't get bullied at the bins. You know what? Those women are crazy. They probably would bully the crap out of us at the bins. They do. They're fighters. Best show ever. Thank you so much. Thrifting 24/7. Why don't people want their Amazon and eBay channel shared necessarily? Let's talk about trolls. Trolls, people that go on there just to cause you trouble. They might buy a cheap $5 or $10 item just to leave you a negative feedback because they're jealous of you, or they don't like you, or they don't believe in what you're doing, or whatever the case might be. A lot of reasons, but there are trolls, and they exist on the internet anywhere and everywhere. YouTube, eBay, Amazon, you name it. You can find.
Tell them my reason. The Christmas inventory freeze was the most beautiful reason why I will never ever share my account. As nice as everybody is.
Yeah.
Not last year, not 2016, 2015. We had I don't know. It was a few hundred iPod Nanos, and another seller, or at least I think it was another seller, purchased all of my inventory.
Oh yeah, competition. Yes, competition.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So basically what happens is you throw up your inventory. Let's just say you had iPods, you had 100 video games where you had, all of the Assassin's Creed. You had 50 of one, 50 of two, 50 of three. Some guy comes up and buys all your inventory, holds it. He buys it, close enough that he can do the return. He holds it. He lists all his inventory. He sells his inventory, and then he returns all yours. He opens a not as described case or I changed my mind, and they allow those returns. And so competition can hold your inventory hostage. Now, it's rare, and it takes somebody really out to get you, but it happens, and it happens actually often on Amazon. I haven't seen it on eBay too much, but it does happen on Amazon. Georgia Parker shared her info on Twitter, and she wishes she had. What happened? Did you have an issue with somebody? Tell us about it. Wicked Picker is asking if we can trust the 200 people in chat to share. No, I trust 199 of you, but there's definitely one of you here that I don't trust.
Says I could trust all 200 of you, but unfortunately, once we're done and this video goes up on YouTube, 39,000 other people that I have not met yet,
and then we don't know.
I do not trust.
Yeah, well, see, that's true too. I trust all the people in this chat room, with the exception of one of you. And I actually don't know who those one of you are, but there's definitely one of you in here that's up to no good. There's always one. But no, seriously, it's all the other people on YouTube that could potentially, when you guys come back and see this video in a week or two and it has 5,000 or 6,000 views, we don't know those other 4,500 people. We have no idea who they might be. So, any one of them could be a troll. It takes one, and they could ruin your account. I mean, if somebody jumps on your account and claims counterfeit, I mean, it's the worst thing that can happen. That's the worst thing that could happen, and it only takes one person. So you have to be very careful. Angela, shoot your questions over right now. I'm taking a look. The chat is going pretty fast, so excuse us if we miss some of the questions. You're certainly welcome to put them back in the chat again. It's not hard to find stores. It's definitely not, but we don't want to make it any easier than it already is. So the troll is okay, I apologize. There are two trolls in this chat. One is Pittsburgh Mike, and one is somebody we don't know. YouTube's full of double agents. That's probably true.
Is my video still lagging?
You're never up long enough. Maybe.
Oh, man. I got an awesome joke, but I'm just not going to use it.
Yeah, so it lags right as you pop up, but then it looks okay.
Oh, good.
We have Down Under Australia viewers, which is awesome. They're 15 hours, so they're at 9:30 plus 30. It's noon. It's lunchtime in Australia. No, lunchtime tomorrow, by the way. Alex Bueno, I'm not a sneakerhead. I don't deal in sneakers, so I have no clue on the price of like collectible Nikes and all those vintage. I have zero idea. Chef Honey, a lot of links of mine down below in my description are links to poly and bubble mailers. I don't order my poly bubble mailers through Uline. The only time that's typically better is if you're buying like cases, like pallets of them. I buy 5 or 6 boxes, 1,000 or 2 at a time. If you're ordering like 10 or 15,000, bulk is good. But otherwise, just order them through Amazon or eBay. It's typically cheaper. Is it worth paying $1,500 to unlock Nike and Adidas shoes to sell on Amazon? If you have enough supply that you think you can make that $1,500 back in a month or two, then why wouldn't you? Because as soon as you make the money back, now you're unlocked, and everything you sell after that is profit. So Amazon those of you that don't know, Amazon is enforcing there's a list of designers, Nike, Adidas, I believe Converse is on it. It's a lot of shoe people. Gucci is on it. A lot of high-end designers. They're charging $1,500 one-time non-refundable fee to be able to have the right to sell their merchandise. You pay $1,500, and then you have to get unlocked from Amazon by providing your invoices, and then you get the right to sell it. But if you have the supply and you can make the money, then yeah, I mean, $1,500 is a drop in the bucket after a period of time. Here we go. James says he bought a couple digital cameras from Goodwill that have rechargeable batteries. How do we test yours if they don't have batteries? Just go on eBay and buy the batteries cheap. Because think about it, if you're able to buy the battery, for a couple bucks, and you can test the item, and it goes from being worth $20 broken or untested to 120 or 90 or 80 or whatever good. That $5 battery investment was worth your time. So make sure you can do it. Where do you find listings for garage sales? Hold on, I'll cut out to you in a second, Dave. So, I'm trying to keep up with the chat. Garage sales everywhere. You can find a ton of them on Craigslist. You can find them on Garage Sale Finder app. Just type in Garage Sale Finder or Yard Sale Finder.
Garage sale group
on the
on
App Store.
Facebook in your local area.
Yeah, the Facebook local groups. Type in the name of your city, like Dallas or Tampa or Miami, and then type in the word yard sale. And there's a ton of yard sale groups. Just join those groups, and people advertise their yard sales like crazy on those. Check back on like Thursdays and Fridays. You'll see them advertised like crazy.
Okay, so Angela asked a question like 3 minutes ago about how often do we sell? So that question is loaded. So how often you would sell is going to depend on the type of merchandise you have. So if you find that you're not selling a few items every day, you're let's say you're shopping emotionally. Let's say you're shopping and buying items that appeal to you, and you've got to get away from that. You got to start buying items that appeal to other people. Like take a friend shopping with you when you go sourcing, and your friend's going to say, oh, that's so cute. And you're thinking, wow, that's hideous. That's the item you need to buy. Don't buy things you love, because you're a bad drug dealer. That's what I call them. You love your product. You can't love your product. You have to buy stuff to sell. And if you've got up 200 listings, and I'm just using that as an example, you should probably be selling 1 or 2 things a day. If you're not, your prices are too high, or you love your product too much.
Yeah, we get this question a lot about, even though you only have a little bit of items, even 100 items, which isn't very much, you should still sell 1 or 2 items a day. I mean, at least a couple items. And I hear people email me that they haven't sold an item in a week. If you've selling an item, you've either picked merchandise that nobody else is going to like because you liked it, or you're completely out of your mind pricing it. You bumped your head, or you were drinking or something. Recheck your prices. And this is why a lot of people message me about their stores. I would say one of the top 2 or 3 reasons why a lot of the stores I see and I get emailed about are not selling items. They've got, say, a American Eagle V-neck T-shirt up for $25. Well, American Eagle sells it in their store for $9.99 brand new, or it's $15. You got to check your pricing. You got to research your pricing, guys. Make sure that you're competitive with everybody else. If you have something unique, maybe you can get a little more out of it, but you're not going to sell everyday items. Just because you paid $5 for it doesn't mean it's going to go for $25 or $30. It may only be worth 10 or 15. So make sure you price accordingly, and make sure you're buying items that appeal to a mass market and not to one Rockstarflipper. Make sure they appeal to all the Rockstar shoppers. I'm going to make a new channel called Rockstar Shopper. That's going to be my new YouTube channel. I'm going to teach everybody how to be good shoppers. From an individual seller to a store, John Wilkerson, you should upgrade right away. It's got a lot of perks that are worth the $20 a month. It's only 20 bucks. 125 listings and only 22 sale to date. How many days or weeks did it take you to sell 22 out of 125 though? If it only took you a week, that's not so bad. If it took you 6 months, then you've got a problem. Dave Norman is a perfect example. He's got 100 active items and he sells 5 to 10 a day. He's super, super above the threshold. Kareem Williams has autograph stuff. Typically, if you can't mute your thing, Dave, I can hear myself.
Mute me.
Mute your chat so it doesn't roll through. I can hear myself talking through your thing.
You can hear. Okay.
Yeah. Autograph. There you go. Thank you. Autograph stuff. I can still hear myself.
Hang on, I'm turning you down. How am I supposed to hear you if I turn you down?
You have to put in headphones like I have.
Oh, I got to put headphones on?
That's what I do. So autograph stuff typically requires, okay, that's fine. Autograph stuff typically requires certificates of authenticity or pictures of you getting the item autographed. If you have photos of you getting it autographed, you're good to go. Otherwise, I stay away from it. 150 items and only sold 6 for the month. I would recommend checking your prices, doing best offers, or doing sales. Ginger's been sick and hasn't listed in 2 days and only 1 sale. It's a direct correlation to your listing and your sales. If you're not listing, you're not selling. It's just as basic as it comes down to it. We list every day, and that's why our sales stay consistent. We have lazy days, and we can certainly tell our lazy days. There's no doubt about it. Okay, JetMD has what sells fast on eBay: video games, electronics, and some clothing, designer clothing. As I approach 20,000 subscribers, this is a great question, and I made some comments about this the other day, and Lindy Glenn made a video on it. As I approach 20,000 subscribers, how am I going to handle the everyday routine of reselling and the making videos and the responding to questions? It's a super good question. So basically, I intend on trying to streamline. I told you guys I'm probably going to pay somebody to help. The problem is the person that I'm going to pay won't necessarily know how to answer your guys' questions. And I want my answers to come from me and not from, just anybody random. I can hire my sister-in-law. I can hire somebody to answer questions, but they're not going to know the answers to those questions like I'm going to know those answers. So the way that I'm going to streamline the answer questions, because a lot of people that are new ask the same questions, I'm going to create a video series, and I'm going to label it Rockstarflipper Basics or Reselling Basics 101, and I'm going to label them Video 1, Video 2, Video 3, and I'm going to do like a 10-part video series. It'll be outside of these regular videos, and each one of those videos is going to touch on a topic, a subject, a number of subjects like shipping, and it'll have all those shipping questions that everybody asks. And then video number 2 might be all of the how I make my listings. Do I use buy it now? Do I use best offer? And if somebody asks those questions, then I can refer them to Reselling Basics Video 2 or Reselling Basics Video 3. And that way I can just respond with a quick answer, a link to the video, and that will take care of hundreds of questions a week with no problem. Because as I approach 20,000 subscribers, and Dave's not aware of this, he doesn't see my phone every day or my computer, I'm getting north of 100 emails, well over 100 comments, and probably about 50 direct messages between Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. On top of the comments I'm getting, hundreds of Instagram and Facebook comments. It would probably take me about 3 to 4 hours a day to respond to all this stuff. There's just not enough time for that. So I'm going to try to streamline it.
You don't know what I see when you're not home.
He's probably hacking all my computers.
I could be at your house.
Nobody's at my house. Trust me, my house is so empty. It's so scary. I'm scared of this house at night by myself. This house is so echoey. It sounds like there's 10 people talking.
You need stuff on the walls. You have no furniture.
I know. We have paintings. We have like crazy.
Show us one. We have one painting. That is not a painting. Oh my God! What is that? Two? What is that? Look how empty that is.
Look at that. We got pictures. They're like half empty.
You're like the empty star. You're not like the rock star. That's.
I know. We have those wavy mirrors that are supposed to be hung up here. They're in the closet. We're too lazy to hang them up. My listing limit is 150,000 a month or 5,000 listings. I don't know, something like that. I never hit them. Trust me, I never hit them. They raised them up so high, I'll never get to that. Mina Sina, thank you so much. Appreciate you going over there checking those out. I'll link it. Oh, I'm supposed to be linking that below again. I need the direct link to the YouTube channel. Hold on, I got it.
Wait, let me get it.
No, you can't put it in the chat. It won't let you link in the chat. I'm gonna link. A lot of you guys are asking about Dave's link. Give me just a second. I'm going down to my subscriptions. Okay, I got it. I got the direct link to his channel. Hold on. Control C, close. All right, I'm putting it down in the description box. Edit, description box. Okay, here we go. So it's gonna be.
Wait a minute. I know plenty about rock and roll. I know plenty. Or maybe you're talking to Casey. Casey actually doesn't know anything about rock and roll. I can tell you guys a secret about Casey.
I don't actually listen to rock and roll.
Casey likes rap music.
I do not. I like a little bit of everything. I like EDM. I like BPM and EDM.
Yeah, he has quite the electronic head. I gotta be honest.
I do listen to that stuff.
I just have to pick on him about the rap thing. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, the rap. Listen, the EDM stuff sounds awesome when you're bumping in the I-8 and you pull up somewhere. Yeah, I don't listen to rap. I listen to a little bit, but I'm not like into like Chris Brown or Young Jock or anything like that. I listen to like old school rap. Easy. I seem like an easy jazz kind of guy. Who thinks I listen to jazz? Are you all out of your mind? How many drinks have you had? Everybody asks me how many drinks I've had. How many drinks has Hector had? I listen to jazz. I couldn't even tell you a jazz singer. What, like Kenny G, the sax guy, or What was that? What was that? No.
Miles Davis, you're insulting everybody now.
Pretty
You're
much.
just insulting everybody with Kenny G, dude.
The speaker system in the i8 is a Harman Kardon, and it was not worth the $5,000 upgrade to get the better sound system. Just being honest.
What's our live viewer count at? I can't tell.
221 with only 131 likes. So there's like 90 people that haven't liked this video. If you're one of them, I can see it. I will find you.
So
I will make you like it.
I hope I'm going to get at least 220 views on one of my videos. That would be awesome.
Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out any of his videos, please do. The link's down in the description box below.
Elvis kind of guy.
Elvis kind of guy.
I do like little Elvis and Roy Orbison too. I got to be honest. I really like some Roy Orbison.
Roy Orbison. Good
what
Lord.
can I say?
I only know about him because I watch documentaries online. A lot of you don't know this about me, but when Kate goes to sleep at night, I watch on YouTube. And I might have mentioned this before, YouTube and Netflix. I watch the 60s documentaries, the 70s, the 80s. I watch the nuclear meltdown documentaries. I watch everything historic. I am totally into history. I learn a lot of, Dave always tells me, I know more unnecessary, unhelpful facts in history than anybody else in the history of the world. I probably could win Jeopardy multiple times, but none of it does me any good making money. Just saying. So, anyways. Ultra in Miami is too expensive. Every time I go to Ultra in Miami, it costs me like $1,000. So maybe. Anyways, Johnny Cash. Netflix and chill. Netflix and Kate's asleep. How about that? That's about the extent of my night. She's at her mom, so it's safe to say right now she doesn't watch my videos. And even if she watched my videos, she would not watch my videos an hour in. So, Johnny Cash. How do we go to Johnny Cash? How are you going to process? Okay, how is the fastest way to process when you buy bulk inventory? Okay, so this is a good example for you. You just bought a few hundred items all in a couple days. I bought, I buy 100, 200 video games all at one time. How do we quickly process these items if we've got, we've gone out, we've sourced, we've got a bunch of stuff, and now it's sitting in front of us? What is the best way to get through this stuff?
You can't.
You can't.
Time. That's it.
Time.
There's no quick answer to any of this, unfortunately.
Yeah, it takes work. It really takes work. Malachi, I didn't see your question. If you want to ask again, I'll answer. Everybody that wants the cheap way out, the lazy way out, they want the Casey way out of doing work, which I'm guilty of. There's no shortcut to making money. There's really not. Unless you wake up and win the lottery or you find out you had a dead grandmother, you're really not going to shortcut your way out of doing the work. The work is what it is. I mean, it's just, you got to do it.
So I was asked what I sell. So I sell a lot of things.
Look behind him for one.
I love used clothes. I'm a huge proponent of used clothes. I love video games. And on one of our previous videos, I told Casey's secret that years ago, I was the one that said, hey, Casey, you can buy used video games at pawn shops. And he scoffed at me. He bought me a hamburger and told me I was full of crap. I didn't know what I was talking about. 2 days later, he goes, dude, I bought like 80 video games. It was crazy. I will always remind
a lot of ideas have started over, here's a $5 hamburger to shut up because you're annoying me. And if I feed you, you might,
if there's food in my mouth, I'll stop talking.
Right, you'll stop talking with bad ideas. And typically it works for about 5 minutes. And then I try to pay the bill and get out, which typically works once in a while. But I never went in pawn shops. I was like a lot of you guys. I was scared of pawn shops. I was terrified of them. I wasn't scared necessarily of like the people and being robbed. I was more scared of being taken advantage of or not knowing what I was doing or buying crap material or wasting money. And, the first few times I went in there, I probably didn't do as good as I could have done. And it took me many months to learn that it was more than just video games. I showed you guys in a couple of those videos, the fluke, meters and, the car audio and, just other stuff that you can buy, video game systems, Blu-ray players that I've sold on Amazon. We used to sell a bunch of Blu-ray players as Panasonics. So, it was just a matter of getting over it. It's a big thing for reselling, not just pawn shops, but taking the leap to buy a certain type of merchandise or going to Walmart or listing that or expanding. There's a ton of things.
I'm sorry. I feel like I should say hi to Nicole. I don't know Nicole, but I've watched like 60 people say hi.
Oh, Nicole's here. Nicole State's here. What is up? I just looked out. What are we talking about? Nicole, we're talking about, you know what? I should invite Nicole into the chat. Nicole, are you in a position to come on the chat?
So there was a question that was asked to me, 2 questions. One, what was my best sell on eBay last month? Actually, it wasn't last month. It was actually today. And it's very amusing because I bought a what was it? I told you what it was. I called Casey and I'm like, holy crap, dude. I just found this router. It was a TP-Link AC 1900.
1900?
This thing was clearance for $99. And I'm like, dude, this is the item. And he's like, you're crazy. You're fixing to waste $100. It sold today for $189.
$189. Yeah, the profit was like 65, 70 bucks after fees.
Yep. Off that one item.
One item. That's pretty good.
So that's like, so when you're looking at like a top grossing, top profit for the dollar spent, that's kind of it. And I get more excited over that than selling $10,000 items. I really do. Fire truck. The fire truck. That was so long ago.
That was
I barely
like 7 years ago, 8 years ago. Everybody thinks I BS the fire truck bell. I promise you, the fire truck bell is.
You know, there's another side to the story that he doesn't tell. So I'm going to tell this other side. The side where Casey comes into the office one day and he goes, "Hey, I just talked to this guy, found him on Craigslist. He's got," and it was a huge number. Let's say 1,000 Barbie dolls. And so I said, Casey, come on now. You're going to need to sit down. We're going to have to talk about this if you start liking Barbie dolls. And he's like, no, seriously, man. Hey, the guy's going to sell us these Barbie dolls for $5 a piece. And he puts his hand up like this. $5 a piece.
They were like collectible, like those holiday Barbies.
Yeah, Casey says they were collectible. So we get in the car. We drive across town. We go in there, right? And this guy's got a warehouse full of stuff. I was blown away. So the first thing I do is like, I'll give you everything. I'll give you $1,500 for everything in the building. I'm pretty sure I still have all those Barbie dolls, by the way.
Wait, but we sold
fire bell, that fire truck bell, that was at $750, $700,
$800, something like that.
That thing was out. We almost didn't want to sell it because it was so awesome.
It was that fire, yeah, that thing was from the 20s or 30s. And it was as heavy as that damn thing was. That thing was crazy. I should have kept the fire truck though. Kind of disappointed. $5, $5 for everything. Dave's from Florida as well. Oh, look at this. I should have kept the fire.
Oh,
mute us, Nicole. We can hear us.
Hi guys. Hi.
Nicole, mute it. Nicole, mute it. Look at this. I should have kept the fire.
Oh, Nicole needs to get her headphones on. I see what you're saying now.
Oh, right. Sorry, I'm a jerk. Hold on.
Nicole ruining the whole thing.
How do you get us all on the screen at the same time? You know, because we disappear when you're talking.
Yeah. So Google Hangout software auto expands the image of the person that's talking. There is a way to do a side-by-side on 2 people, but it's kind of complicated. It's just the way that Google software is set up. There's a great question I want to ask Nicole as soon as she's here. Are you back? Are you here? Can you hear us? She still can't hear us. So I could just make fun of Nicole right now. She'd have no idea. Wait, maybe she can hear me. She's just playing, but she can't hear me.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Can you hear?
Yeah.
No, I can hear you. Can you not hear me?
Yeah, you're good. You're good now.
Can you hear me?
Yep, you're good. You're good. Sweet. You're good. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So, no, I said I had a question for Nicole, and you didn't say anything. So I said, perfect. Anybody wants to get in any kind of insults, now's your chance because she can't hear us. But wait, can she hear? I don't think she can hear us. Earth to Nicole. Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay, she's just like, she's just letting you go.
You just weren't funny. That was it. You just were not funny.
You not hear me? What's happening with my life?
I don't know. What is happening with your life? I don't know. I caught you. Hopefully I caught you. See, this is like an unscripted. Nicole wasn't ready for a live chat, so you've got her like an all natural right now, just in case you guys wanted to know. Do you feel like Google Hangouts decrepitates the quality, is that a word, of the video, by the way?
No, because Nicole's looking pretty clear to me.
Nicole's looking really clear, and I'm upset about it right now.
And I look amazing. My shot is amazing, and you're the one, Casey. But remember, we said we don't care what you look like.
I know. Nicole's using the same camera as me too. So, okay. So last night, let's talk about Nicole. Got 527 crazy live viewers. Dave, I don't know if you got to watch the replay. I know you weren't home, but 527 live viewers, and I don't know what the video count's at right now. I haven't looked again, but it was pretty high. It was pretty impressive, and that was a heck of a show that you guys did last night. So congratulations, Nicole and Steve and Chris on that. Pretty impressive, I gotta say. Am I like live here, or are you just like?
I don't know.
Nicole,
Thanks, guys. I don't know if this is working or not.
what are you doing?
Are you lagging? Can you hear us okay?
I don't know what's happening with my life. Hold on, I gotta X.
You want me to relink it to you? You can cut out if you need to close it and re-up. Nicole's usually on
Yeah,
stuff.
I gotta X.
Yeah, she had to exit. I don't know what happened to Nicole. We lost her. I could hear her.
Yeah, my settings are too high, and I didn't realize that once we're in this call, I can't turn my video quality down. I am locked in a very nasty high definition setting that I cannot undo.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're back. You're good. We could hear you before.
Down. I am locked in a very
Mute
nasty.
it. There you go.
Hi, Casey. How am I now?
You're good. You're awesome.
Cool. I had to change out some software really fast.
Okay, you're good?
Yeah, I can hear you
Okay,
now.
so now I'm going to retry everything that we just said about Nicole because, well, you know, she was on her own planet a minute ago. So let me run through let me rewind and recap everything I did over the last 5 minutes. Nicole's in her all-natural state because she wasn't ready for this live show. She wasn't prepared, so you got her. She didn't hear me when we first started. I was trying to hear her. I said, if you guys didn't get your insults in, feel free to get them in because she couldn't hear us the whole time. And last night, if you guys didn't catch the live show with Steve and Chris, it was 527 live max peak viewers on a live show, which was awesome. I haven't checked the current count on views, but I'm sure it's 3,000 or 4,000 at least. So awesome, impressive, congratulations. For those of you that didn't see it, it was a live show on Bonafide's channel. And they hit 527 live viewers, so that's awesome.
It was nuts. It was nuts. I really wanted to hit 500, so I was promoting it all week. I wanted to have more viewers than anybody had ever gotten, and I did it.
That's ridiculous. It is. And I'll tell you what, though, the problem.
I'd be happy with 5 viewers.
I know, right? The 500 viewers, if you weren't in the chat, and you can't see it now because it's switched to comments, but during the live chat last night, the chat was flying through so fast. You guys know how fast it goes during 200 viewers. Like our normal 250 show. 500 viewers was bonkers. I've never seen it. I just gave up trying to even send something because it wasn't like anyone's going to see Rockstar in there. Trust me. It was. I've never seen it.
When we ended, it's just numbers. I'm not like one to like push on this stuff, but like when we ended it and I refreshed it, you can see how many people showed up in total. And there was 2,000 people that had come in.
Really?
Yeah. That's
crazy. So when it processed, for those of you that don't know, when a live show goes off of YouTube, it takes about 5 or 10 minutes to process and go up live so you can watch the replay. If we had 500 viewers, people go in and out of the chat. So the number of views is actually higher. And I think I refreshed it like 10 or 15 minutes later, and it was already over 1,200 or 1,400 or something. So a lot of people came and checked out that live chat. Very good. And it was a great show, too. So,
you know, Casey, you haven't actually introduced me to Nicole, by the way.
Oh, yeah. So obviously Dave's watched a ton of Nicole's channel videos, and his wife has. That's Nicole, and that's Dave. He actually lives down the road from me. He's a reseller as well. He's more Amazon than eBay, but Nicole, Dave, Nicole.
Well, I got Reezy Resell sent me a scanner and is training me on books. So I'm going to start doing Amazon.
Oh, my Lord. She's jumping in.
Watch out.
I've got, you know what? I've got a lot of people who are, I can tell, between emails and messages, just trying to dip their feet in. It's really not bad. Your first month, you're going to hate yourself. At month 2, you're going to hate whoever's showing you Reezy. And at month 3, you're good. Like, I would say 90 days is the target. Like, at 90 days, you should know everything, and you'll feel comfortable. Like, the first month, though, you are absolutely going to hate your life. Like, just be ready. I'm telling you.
So the reason I said yes to jumping in right now is, well, because I love you, but also I'm putting out in about an hour that video that you gave me a clip for, and I haven't really told anybody about it yet. So I thought people might want to know about it. There's lots of people asking about tips for new sellers. I have put together a video with 15 of your favorite YouTube.
You got, whoa, wait, stop. You got 15?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I thought you had like 5. That's awesome. 15.
No, it's a half-an-hour video, and most of the clips are only like a minute or 2 long, but there's really good info. Everybody gave a different answer. So I went to the community and I asked, what is one thing you wish you knew when you first started selling on eBay?
Ooh, ask me, pick me. Ooh, pick me,
Okay,
pick me.
What is your tip? What is your tip?
That it would take me 12 months to do $1 million on eBay. I wish somebody would have told me that you couldn't just wake up and put 50,000 items up, that you have to start with 1,000 items and get your butt beat every day for 12 months till you can get $1 million account.
Yeah.
See, like, Nicole, Casey hasn't told you about me.
Because there's so many, but there's so many people that promise to make you a millionaire overnight. How many times do you log into the internet and see this? I'll make you a millionaire. You can make millions.
I can't make anybody a millionaire.
You can't. Nobody can make anybody a millionaire. You're not going to make $10,000 overnight. You're not going to wake up and have a $10,000 account. You're not going to wake up and have a $5,000 account. You're going to work.
I'm so happy when I wake up and I have $100 in sales.
I know, right?
See, Casey tells me, listen, when you come on my channel, don't talk in millions. Don't talk in hundreds of thousands. Just talk about the things that are exciting and fun. And so I talk about my. I can tell you.
Are you making $1 million? What did I miss?
Me? Yeah. Okay. So Casey says I'm not allowed to say it, but most of the people in the chat know I did 3.2 million on Amazon last year.
Amazon,
and I did. So you can glare if you want to, but these are numbers, and so I'm not allowed to talk about it.
You are. I'm giving you permission. I'm taking over. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm like, so and it's no fun to talk about. What I like to talk about is this fire truck bell that me and Casey bought together like 7 years ago. That's fun.
Those are really.
Congratulations. That takes a lot of work. It's not like you said overnight. So you did the work. You did the hustle.
5 years.
5 years. Solid.
And 21 employees.
Yeah.
And are you doing are you doing like private label or books or just whatever you can get your hands on, retail arbitrage?
Both.
Yep, I can tell you about all of it.
Private
to a
label,
degree that's
private. I would say private label is probably what 40% of what you do, almost half, I guess.
Yeah. And so what you like I made my Casey's like, hey man, you need to start making videos, and I'm like, I turn the camera on and I look like this. Everybody saw that, right? I'm like, I turned the camera on. So he kept pushing me for like the last 6 months, and finally I'm like, okay, I can do this. So here I am. I made a video about.
This should be Nicole's next video. What's the thing?
Throw me in there, Nicole. Let everybody know.
What's the thing you wish somebody would have told you before you started going on YouTube? That should be your next video. Like, what do you wish people had told you?
Hold on, Casey, because I have a lot of questions right now.
Whoa, I lost my channel completely.
Hold on. I'm waiting.
Listen. So the one thing that I said I wish Casey would have told me, he's like, come on, you got to make videos. He didn't actually ever say, it's really hard to talk to a camera.
Oh yeah.
Like this live chat, this is cake for me. This is my life right here. I got 200 people asking me questions. I love answering questions. I can tell you how you can make.
Nicole's got 200 questions. I can see it all over her face.
See my eyes right now because
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm listening.
Let's hear them.
I'm listening.
I find out that there's someone around me that's doing really well. I immediately want to be near that person, and I want to just find out as much as like when I go to a social greeting or I'm networking with people, I want to be way behind the other person, right? Like I don't want to ever be the strongest person in the room. And so I just found out that I'm in a chat right now with a guy who's doing 100 times better than I am. And so I want to find out how you got there, like I want to be where you are. So how did you get there?
Breeds success.
Yes. Why do you think I picked somebody that lives 2 miles away from me, Nicole?
Listen, you picked somebody. Listen, first of all, you moved out here and told me how amazing it was. I told you were insane, and then somehow, like a year later, I moved out here. So I'm like, I don't. And then I had to move twice too because the first house wasn't sufficient enough. So.
Yeah, no. So literally, Nicole, the video is coming. I don't know if you've seen it, but we're doing a video from where Dave started. You know, his eBay and Amazon world has been 5 or 6 years when I moved to this city. So six years probably. And
there's another business that we don't talk about because nobody cares about it.
Yeah, his other business is kind of obscure. It's different. But he 15, what are you at? 15 years? 90, 99, 2000, so 16 years, 17?
What, 20 years.
Going on 20, somewhere close between 16 and 20 years. You were in a trailer.
I was.
In a trailer on someone's property on a dirt road.
And this, listen, you think this is made up, but I promise you, I was living on a trailer in a dirt road, and my mom had thrown me out, and her boyfriend at the time bought me a $1,000 single wide trailer in the middle of nowhere on a piece of property that I had to pay $80 a month in lot rent for. Yep. Listen, nobody's making this shit up. I promise.
Yeah, we're filming a video right now of at that location. It's not far down the road of where he's like, where he started.
Take me out there, and I'm like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But the gist of the story is, I actually own that piece of property and that trailer still today, and it's a reminder of where I'm never ever going to end up again.
Well, I grew up off a dirt road in a trailer. I mean, I definitely feel your story. When I met Joe, he lived in a trailer park. Like, we have no one to lean back on. Just today, Joe was like, man, like, we don't have parents that we can ask for money. Like, we don't ever have anyone like go back to. Like, if anything happens, like, what happens? And I'm like, we don't let anything happen.
No, you can't. And I would say that's the piece of advice that I would give to everybody now is don't rely on anybody. You have to make it happen. And Dave will tell you, my dad
Listen, Casey, don't make me make you eat those words.
I know. My parents are, and they're not poor by any stretch of the mean, but they're not well off, and they haven't given me a dime of money. My parents couldn't support me. My parents can't. I pay, for some of their stuff. And my dad actually is on his payroll. He does work for him. So, my parents have their own issues and things going on in Dordt. There's nobody that does for me what I do for me, period. And there's no one to rely on. So. And
like somebody's saying in the comments, and I definitely want to point this out, there's nothing wrong with a trailer on a dirt road if you're doing it right.
Not at all. Listen, not at all.
Like having a drug addicted mom who leaves you for a week on end, and there's a hole in your trailer.
Yeah.
Listen,
it's the truth.
Absolutely. Listen, absolutely. People make choices, and sometimes they're bad.
Yeah.
And when bad choices are made, it affects everyone around them, including their children. I can't say my mom made good or bad choices. Looking back, they look pretty bad to me now, but that was then and this is now. And I really try not to live in the past.
Look forward. Absolutely. Like the forward.
So can I ask you like 3 questions? I don't know anything about you. I really have like 3 questions.
Go ahead.
Okay. 1, what did you do your first year that you started out selling on eBay, Amazon? What did you focus on, like your first year? What was your first year like doing online sales?
Okay, so this is kind of a long. It's a long story that I'll make quick.
Start with the number because I know the number. I know the number though.
Casey called me up one day and he's like, "I am so sick of going out having to buy onesie twosies. One of these days, I'm going to have pallets of material coming in and I'm going to put it all up for sale and I'm going to make millions." And I laughed and said, "It doesn't work that way." And he said, "Yes, it does." So I made a call to a friend of mine who had a connection that I could buy from Groupon. And I bought a tractor trailer for, can I say the number?
Which purchase?
Okay, $250,000.
Yeah, it was a lot of money.
Okay, so the tractor trailer showed up. All the people in the warehouse unloaded it. I called Casey and I said, "Come down here and show me how you're going to put this shit online." 7 years ago,
That was a whole year's worth of. I mean, that was 12 months worth of inventory.
I didn't know. And I'm telling you, I didn't know anything. I couldn't tell you how to do anything on eBay. If I was going to buy something on eBay, and he'll tell you, I would call him and say, "Hey, man, there's a thing that I want, and it's on eBay. Can you just buy that for me?" I couldn't even buy something and pay it with PayPal. I had no idea. So that truck showed up, and I had a warehouse full of people unload that truck. And I rolled a laptop out. We have plenty of laptops and scanners. And I said, "Okay, now what?" Okay, and Casey says a bunch of curse words. Yeah, yeah.
It was overwhelming. It was overwhelming.
No idea.
So let me tell you the story though of the first year of that purchase. This was an entire year's worth of merchandise. For those of you that want to buy bulk, it takes months and months and months and months to process this. We did $300,000 in sales the first year on $250,000 in purchasing. The profit, that was after paying the employees and all. The profit of what was left over was nothing to really care about. There was not a lot of money left over, but there was a ton of inventory left over. And this goes back to one of the rules that I always say. You can sell all the inventory in the world that you want and profit whatever money the profit is. You want to build that inventory to where you have a couple thousand items. And then you want to do it again. You want to keep just building and building and building. A lot of you see my volume where I'm up to combined, we're up to 4,000 items combined on eBay and Amazon. And that's what we continue to do. Dave only did 300,000 in his first year, and he had a lot of money to spend. But come that second year, we got just shy of $1 million. We did like 900,000 the following year, like 9 and change or something. And he barely had to buy stuff. During the year, he was just buying a few pallets every month. It was just building the inventory and building it and moving it. And you know, I know that's unrealistic for a lot of you to start at, but you know, buying as much as you can at a discount.
Okay. Nicole's ready for a question. I could tell. She's got this look on her face like, dude, just stop.
Okay, yeah,
okay,
so,
got it.
Okay. Mr. Dave, how did you get $250,000? Because you said you broke.
No,
right.
That
no,
was between.
So the trailer part of my life is when I was 18.
So almost 20 years ago, yeah. Over 20 years ago, yeah.
Yeah. No, that would no.
Hey, hold on, I need to,
30 years.
You started another business clearly before you got into.
I did.
Correct.
Right. Okay. So I started a business and I was in computer repair. PC repair was big. I mean, you're talking 30 years ago. Yeah. It was a long time ago for computer repair, and the computer repair business got really big. And when it got really big, I made a lot of money.
Yeah. And
so with that money, when the opportunities come along, and I had connections all over the U.S., nothing local. That's why I had a friend that I could get from Groupon. I knew a guy that I could buy directly from Amazon. I knew a guy that worked for GameStop. What are you doing? Get away from my camp. Oh, man.
What are you doing?
My wife just snuck in here and adjusted.
You were thinking.
Everybody's talking about my chair. Well, I'm kind of slumping down. You know, the problem is when I start talking big numbers, I start shrinking back because this story it's outlandish.
It's hard.
And
okay, so let me cut you off because this is where I have a problem. Like Dave did start a business who successfully had the money to put into something, you know, to resell, to buy and sell. And I know a lot of people don't have that money, and that's where it's hard to understand. And I have a problem. I have a problem with, like, you know, most of our viewers are small time, you know, and even we started, you know, I started this with $1,000. What I have,
I'm still really small, guys. I'm still really small here.
I am really small too. Me doing 15,000 or 20,000 a month is just very small.
And listen, and I still love buying and selling. You will find me if you knew where I was at, which, you know, don't come looking for me. If you knew where I was at, you'd find me in a pawn shop trying to buy the video games before Casey got there. One, I'm doing it to jab him. But two, if I can buy those games, I promise you, I will come home and I will have that stuff up for sale just to keep him from selling it. So Casey does not have an easy time. Just because we are friends, if I can get to Goodwill before him, he's screwed. If I get the Salvation Army before him, he's screwed. I will clean out every pawn shop.
No matter how big you get, there's always money to be made at these places. There's no doubt about it. Let me give you the perfect example. Look over Dave's shoulder at the inventory that he's processing, working on.
There it is. Well, I don't think they can see it without them. I got to talk.
I have another question. I'm ready for my second question.
Okay,
hold on. Before you ask this, Nicole, he's processing those clothes in a 6,000 square foot house.
Gosh.
Okay, I have my second question.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Are you doing the processing? Or are you having employees do it?
Both.
Yeah. So I like to so my wife and me got into this a bet where she said I'm full of crap and that not everybody could do what I preach. And I said, anybody can make a deal. It takes a little bit of money and a whole lot of courage and some time. And so she decided to watch a bunch of your videos. She watched some of Lindy's videos. She watched Casey's videos. She started watching all Casey's videos and Lindy's videos and your videos. And then I made a few videos. Well, she's here while I'm doing them. And she's like, I'm going to prove to everybody you're full of crap. So she went out yesterday and she made a deal with a manager at a Goodwill and bought 400 pieces for $1 a piece.
What?
And then she is pissed at me because she called me. She goes, well, I'm going to go talk to the manager and there's no way they're going to do it. And I'm like, you got your cart full. You're ready to roll. You asked for the manager to come check you out. You offer them $1 a piece and boom. She's like, no, I don't have $400. Well, I mean, you could have backed out of the transaction, but she didn't. And so then she comes home and now she's mad at me because I was right. And I'm like, sorry, I don't even know what to say to that. Right.
So here's my answer for that, Nicole. Dave has employees processing the regular merchandise on the pallets and at the warehouse. What's behind him is him showing people question, they always question bosses and owners and people like me and you. Can you really do the work? Can you do the work yourself? Can you do the work that you have other people do, that you have your assistants do, that you have your employees do, that I have my sister-in-law and my mom and my fiance do? Yes, I will sit here and list. I will photograph. I will make the whatever it takes to get the work done if we're behind. And does Dave need to be doing what he's doing? Yeah, maybe not. But are you sitting there listing 1,000 items? I saw his house. His house is completely ridiculous.
It's fun, and the problem is I love it, and it's fun to come home and have stuff and go and I love making deals, and I like finding deals and things that I can sell. Because I'm going to say this is way out of context, and I apologize to everybody. Anybody with enough money can buy tractor trailer loads of material, hire 10 employees to do nothing but sort and list. And let me tell you something, when you get to that point, there's nothing fun. It is not fun. It is about making money. Now, don't get me wrong. I love, 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 love making money. But I also love the thrill of the hunt. I like to go and dig and scratch in bins, and I'll go to Salvation Army and, again, pawn shops and thrift shops. But I love it when I get that phone call. I get that phone call that I can buy a tractor trailer load of Hoover vacuum cleaners. Whatever, it's fine. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's one thing has nothing to do with the other.
All right, so speaking of, here's my secret for Nicole that I've never shared with anybody on this channel ever. Nicole, anybody never knows this.
Watching, yes.
Yep, I'm ready to share this secret because, and I'll tell you why I'm ready to share this secret after I share it. You can go to your Goodwill outlet store, your bin store, talk to a manager, and he will sell you pallets of clothing for between $100 and $300 a pallet.
Yes.
Maybe.
Most of them. Maybe. Most of them.
But let me tell you something. That isn't like going to one of the regular retail stores, because we had some clothes that had poop in them. Yeah, that's right. And a whole bunch of other stuff that you would not want. Like, you have to put gloves on to be able to sort this stuff. That's a whole nother world that most people are not ready for. You've got to have a place you can dump this stuff out, spread it, have 2 or 3 people sorting it. You're checking it. You got to have, a building full of washing machines where you can clean this stuff, iron it, hang it up, take pictures. Very boring stuff.
Yeah, but a lot of people, it's realistic to people to go to the outlets though and buy a pallet. Like, instead of spending $20 or $30 shopping, you could take your $100 and buy a whole pallet. Remember, I found that Burberry coat that I sold for $300 on one of those pallets because people hadn't gone through it yet. People hadn't dug through this stuff yet. So I bought the pallet for $100. I sold the Burberry coat for $300, and the rest of it was just gravy on top. So
all right, Nicole, she's got that look again.
I know, but Nicole, have you? Hold on.
Did I answer 2 or are we moving to 3?
We're going to 3. But Nicole, have you ever bought pallets that way? Have you ever tried? Or
No, but ours sell media pallets that way, $100 a piece. Like
really?
Like a huge Gaylord of media for $100.
I'm gonna blow Nicole's mind again. Not only does our Goodwill outlet sell pallets of clothes, they will sell you a Gaylord of shoes or a Gaylord of purses for like $250. Was it? I think it was $250.
Which is crazy good.
I should be buying. I did buy one and it was junk, so I kind of got.
I don't do it because I don't have the space right now. I'm moving into a different space at some point. Like
you gotta get an office.
I'm planning on it in the spring. When eBay slows down in the summertime, I want to move. Not right now. In Oregon, it's just not.
It's snowing.
Wet. I'm not in the mood to move in the rain. But I don't have the space for that right now. Like I just don't. I have to be practical with my situation, right? Like,
yeah, and they don't. Yeah, she doesn't have the weather to support it either. Like it's snowing there, and
yeah,
that kind of makes it hard.
It's gross. Like, and I just can't right now, so I haven't. But I definitely see it in my future doing that sort of thing, because that's really where you make money, you know.
The more you can buy at one time, the better.
Listen, buying pallets like that can turn against you so quickly that it won't make any sense. Like I can buy a tractor trailer load from Goodwill any day I want to for $5,000. That doesn't sound like a lot of money until that tractor trailer shows up. And let me tell you about the one that I bought for $24,000, and I had to call Waste Management and have 2 80-yard dumpsters brought out and put it all in it. Okay, so there's upsides and there's downsides.
If you guys are going to do bulk purchasing, make sure you learn the supplier, start small, and get a reliable supplier.
Or you learn to bulk just like my wife did yesterday. You buy 400 pieces that make sense. You can sell it. You can make money. The problem with buying serious bulk and buying huge pallets, the amount of waste that you have to deal with is tough, and it gets expensive because when you get into having to dispose of electronics, you actually have to pay for that by the pound. So
I know. I mean, I've heard people who buy TV pallets and every single TV is broken, and then literally paying to dispose of it. And
that's right. Absolutely. I bought a tractor trailer load one time of lightning cables. Can you imagine what we're talking about? There was like 40 million lightning cables. Every one of them was broken.
Many lightning
broken.
They were torn in half. They were all bad.
Yep. So second question or third question? Third question.
Third. I got my third question. I think I can. Okay, so this year, 2017. I want to know like what percentage. I missed this whole show. What percentage is eBay? What percentage is Amazon? Like, how do you decide? What are you doing? Tell me about your life right now.
Me. Let me answer this, please.
Yeah, let me. Tell me the rest. Dave, tell me about your life right now.
All right, go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead.
So when you reach the next level, that's what we're going to call it, right? You will need special software beyond. What's the name of that software that you use, Casey? Sellbrite, right. You need specialized software where you have to move into Channel Partners or Magento, and it's very expensive. It's about $50,000 a year.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Right. Well,
let me tell her.
I'm filling it in. It's multi-channel software. What it does is when I put I scan into inventory or I create a listing in my inventory, my software creates an eBay listing. It puts it for sale on Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy, Sears, Etsy, Poshmark, Shopify.
No, not Poshmark. It won't do Posh yet.
No, not Posh. Okay, well, there's like 20 Rakuten, Overstock.com, Bonanza. Listen,
21.
So when you get to that next level, you insert, and this software is not easy to use. You create your listing, you put your inventory in, and everything goes live at one time. Because when you're dealing in tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of listings, it's not a one-man show. And you don't have a room full of, everybody pictures, gosh, if I wanted to list 3,000 or 4,000 pieces a week, well, I'd have to have a little sweatshop of Chinese people sitting behind keyboards typing away on eBay. That's not what happens.
Okay, so Alex is asking how this software, so let me explain to Nicole. Sellbrite, you can look this up, Nicole. Sellbrite is a piece of software that will allow you to cross-post eBay and Amazon at the same time. If the item sells on one or the other platform, it automatically takes the inventory count down so you don't double sell the inventory.
And it prints out your shipping labels. And
yeah, you can do
but that's not FBA stuff, right? Like you can't do that.
No.
No, that's
this is not FBA.
Merchant. Yeah, that's fulfilled by merchant. So the thing with that is that software is about, what do I pay for that? Like 150 a month. I think I pay 150 a month for that. Magento, which can cost you a couple $1,000s a month, will do it on 20 different platforms. So you can use, if you've never sold on Sears Marketplace is a big marketplace. You can make really good money on. Hang on. You can do Bonanza, Rakuten, eBay, Amazon, Sears, Best Buy, Walmart's marketplace. It does up to Newegg. It does 20 different marketplaces, but that software is a couple $1,000s a month.
Nicole, I don't know Rake and Profit or the Bonafide Hustler, but I understand that they own something that they charge people for to give them information. And I just kind of vomited out of my mouth more information than those guys are providing on any one of their videos.
That's just like the most insane. So you are storing all of this stuff somewhere because you're not doing it.
Yeah, it's in a warehouse. He does. Yeah, no, his private label is FBA, and his eBay is all stored in the warehouse. He does have seller fulfilled. There are some items, and you don't know, you haven't done Amazon yet, Nicole, but as you learn Amazon, you start doing it. You'll find there are some items that if you do them FBA, you actually end up not making as much money or enough money to make it worth their while. Video games are a great example. The reason people always ask me why I don't FBA video games, the margins on video games, it's not that they're so small, it's that once you pay the pick and pack and the FBA fee, my margins make it worth it for me to store the video games. And it's very easy for me to store. I think we have 1,900 video games in stock right now, and I have them on 3 bookshelves. So,
and then you use that software that he's talking about to cross.
I use the cheap one. He uses the expensive. I use this Sellbrite cheap one, which puts them on eBay and Amazon at the same time. And whenever anybody asks me about where to sell video games, I always answer Amazon, because if they're not using the software, anytime I process a sale on video games, it's almost always to Amazon. If I list, like our 1,900 games, I'll wake up tomorrow and sell 20 video games. Like 18 of them were Amazon sales and 2 were eBay, which means they're selling quicker on Amazon than they were eBay. And the prices on eBay are even cheaper, which means not only am I selling them quicker on Amazon, I'm getting more money out of Amazon. So I recommend to people to always list, but there's certain items. So it depends on what you're going to sell. Books are Amazon FBA. If you're starting with books, that is FBA all day long. Bar none, books go to FBA. If I sold books, which I sell a little bit of books, I find some books, I've got a few niches for books, they go to FBA. Period.
Everybody in the chat needs to know that Casey knows everything that I know. Me and him have been friends for 10 years.
Yeah,
I've done very little in the world of online selling that Casey hasn't been involved in. Whether he was there all day, he participated, or just he's been part of everything. So he knows everything that I know. There's nothing that he just doesn't talk about these things, and I can't talk about the little side of this life.
And this is why I started my YouTube channel to begin with, because when I'm on an everyday thing, like I've owned my own business for 10 years. I've never worked a real job. My only real job I ever worked was with my dad for summers when I was a high school kid and my 2 years of college and all that. From the day I moved to Florida, which was 10 years ago till now, I have always worked for myself. And I've always done reselling. But I've been a part of Dave's bigger operation. I've always overseen it. I've always gone in and kept an eye on his employees or trained them or helped them. but he works on a bigger scale than I have. So I work on a smaller scale, which is what most of you have worked on. Me and Nicole are pretty equal.
I think before there's a lot of like, before we like totally smash on the green room, I get what they're doing. They're offering a service to handheld people, right? Like some people,
which makes sense. No, that makes sense. I got to be honest. I wish, 10 years
they're
ago, I
offering
would have known guys like that.
where they will literally hold your hand and walk you through. And
Absolutely.
There's a monetary value to doing that, and not going out and finding all the information yourself. So before we like totally smash on that, I get it.
I got to cut you on that. So no, that's and I've told people in multiple videos, I grew up and again, I've been doing this for the better part of 9 years. When I started reselling, people barely knew what Craigslist was. That's how long I've been buying and selling. And I stumbled upon, and I couldn't tell you how I found him, but I stumbled upon Chris, the Bonafide Hustler, 6 years ago. His YouTube channel was started in 2010. If you look on his YouTube channel, 2010. So I found Chris 6 years ago in 2010. And I watched hundreds of Chris's videos. I learned everything from Chris. I learned everything from Steve. I transitioned. The guys are super smart. They know everything there is to know about reselling and multiple platforms. These guys, they know as much as anybody else. They know more than me probably. And what they do is very informative. And I'm a part of it. I am a part of what they have going on. And I completely am on board with those guys. And they're super smart. Those two are really, really smart guys. So, it's for some people, it's not for other people. But, it definitely, if you have you need a little extra helping hand, like Nicole said, that handhold thing. Some of you have no experience in this, and what we talk about is above your head, and we try to be basic. We try to, walk people through steps, but sometimes it's better just to have your hand held. And being a part of those groups and different things, they will help you with every single question. And people respond in minutes. You can post something and get a response in literally seconds or minutes. So
I'm not in the green room myself. Like, I can't tell you what's happening in there. But being a person who puts out content, I can tell you that sometimes it gets really overwhelming, and I have to decide like whether I'm going to work on eBay and make money, or whether I'm going to work on YouTube and not make as much money, but do something that fulfills me. Like, it's really fulfilling for me to give content and tell people about my day-to-day life.
Nicole has just hit the nail on the head right there, because a lot of you don't understand when we make these videos. Whether it takes us, some days we can make videos in an hour. Some days it might take 4 or 5 hours. It just depends on what the content in the video and the live chat. It takes a lot of our time. And any time that we don't spend, you guys know it, if we don't spend listing or sourcing or whatever, we're not going to make as much money as we could have made out reselling. And anybody that thinks that YouTube makes money, whatever, it does, but there is no substitute for the money we make reselling, period. Absolutely, positively. 2 hours on YouTube versus 2 hours reselling, Nicole, there's no 1,000 to 1.
Yeah, YouTube doesn't pay my bills, eBay pays my bills. But it's something like everyone has to have like your hobby or the thing that fulfills you. And that's why we do YouTube, right? Like, that's why we like doing it. Yeah, your friend is so cool. Where did he go? Come back.
He's insane. He's probably running through his house. My name is Casey, and I'm addicted to YouTube videos. Primarily, I spend my time on all the green room guys and Nicole and Wendy and people. I've been an addict for at least like the last year. I apologize. I can't even get my 3-day chip because I can't stay off YouTube. It interrupts my relationship.
I feel really bad right now because I turned down going on the Reseller Revolution show, which it's live right now.
Yeah, I was wondering what you were doing.
I am really sick, and I've been working on this video that I'm about to release here in a minute.
Oh yeah, that's it. How much time do you have till you can pop that up after you get off of here?
I just rendered it, so however long it takes for eBay or YouTube, probably about an hour. But
yeah, Put your hand in front of your camera real quick. Do your zoom out thing. There you go.
My blurry. It's really good. I'm really excited about this video that I put together. And clearly,
I'm excited to see it.
I didn't know Dave yet, so.
Well, it's probably for the better. He could be in version 2.0 or like version 8.0. I'll let you know when
only if you're ready for this.
Casey wants to keep me all to himself and not share me.
Oh, no. Can you come hang out with
I tried to lock you. Whoa, she lives like 3,000 acres. I promise you it's way too far. He lives down the road from me, which is why I have to behave, because he'll randomly show up to my door at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Which I'm planning on as soon as we go off the air. I'm planning on coming to your house.
Don't come to my
That's
house.
correct. You owe my wife a box.
That's crazy. I actually do. His wife just begged me for regional box A's. She's out of regional A's, and she needs to pack something to ship tomorrow. And she's like, yeah, I'll have to go all the way to the post office, come all the way home, and go all the way back to get regional box A's. Do you have any spare regional box A's? I'm like, yes. Yes, I do. She's like, can you put them outside of your door? I'm like, maybe if you're nice to me. So, maybe. There are 5 regional box A's sitting outside of my door right now where your wife, hold on, you're not going to be able to hear me, but I'm going to show you on camera.
Hang on, I like that. Look, Kenneth says, tell us about big money anyway.
Yeah.
Everybody likes to hear.
Look, it's so, I love hearing your story because it's super like
No, because I'm poor and I can't compare to 3 million sales because I barely hit 300,000.
How many sales did you have last year?
Mr. I8.
Me?
No. Me?
I mean,
who cares about my sales? Yeah.
My sale. You want my total sales?
Yeah.
3.2 million. Look, outside of my door for your wife.
He's not gonna let me. He's not gonna let me say it.
It was 3.2 million. I know it was. Look, I put the regional boxes outside my door. No joke. They were sitting right here, and she didn't come pick them up.
What is the?
That's what a good.
What is it cheaper? So you're moving into the big boy stuff, but what is the cheaper version that you have, Casey? People are asking.
Sellbrite multi-channel posting software. It runs. They have multiple versions, but it runs anywhere from $100 a month up to $200 or $300 a month. I have the mid-level one. I think I pay what were we paying for that one day? Was it like $159 I was paying, I think I pay $159 a month, and it allows you to multi-channel post. You can edit inventory, and you can even process shipping. I'm not a big fan of their shipping. Their shipping's okay. I'm still trying to work it out. It's got a few bugs, but their multi-channel posting is amazing. So
to address the question, someone said in the chat that's very nice that I listen to Casey. This is his channel. And he is texting me some really mean things right now, telling me to be quiet. So I am now sitting here waiting for Nicole to ask any other questions because I'm no longer allowed to talk.
Oh, Dave, will you come on my channel?
I will. Whoa. I love going on channels.
Whoa!
That's my kind of my fourth question.
I have been cut out of the entire loop.
No, you're not cut out. But I will be at your house in about an hour, so you better get ready.
Oh,
I'll be prepared.
Watch out.
This is the joys of I gotta move to the golf course where it's gated and they have that armed guard, so I can put you on the no entry list.
He's gonna put you on his no entry list in a second.
I know his gate code.
I can't because he has a gate code. We don't have security here.
They changed the gate code to your neighborhood the other day. I had to call your wife and get it. They did change it. I was hitting the gate code for like 20 minutes, and I'm like, "Dude, let me in. I know the code." It wouldn't let me in. I called her, and she's like, "Yeah, they changed it." So then it worked.
I have
a
friend that lives in a gated community that has armed security, and we've been friends for probably 20 years, and he just added me to his friends list.
That should tell you something. I'm not adding you to my
I'm like 6 months ago, I'm like, because it's like, he's like, hey man, swing on by. So I go by, and then I go to stop at the guard shack, and they've got to call him to get me in, and I'm like, we've been friends long enough. Can you put my name on the list, please? I mean, it's pretty ridiculous.
Anytime I want. Hey, if you guys haven't subbed to Dave's channel, I just clicked on that link down below, and I hit the sub button, and you guys probably too. Because I want to be funny.
You at least, Nicole, Dave, you earned 1 new subscriber at least, guaranteed.
Hey, you know what? And I'd rather have her than you. Okay, I like her a lot better than you. She's not texting me mean things right now.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, Nicole will take you out for a burger tomorrow.
I don't eat burgers. I'm vegan.
She's a vegan. That's right. She doesn't eat. Nicole won't take you out for a salad tomorrow. How about that?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, can't we get like a soy patty burger?
Oh, yeah, I eat burgers every day.
I think you should fly to Oregon, or I think you should do that. I think that's an awesome lunch trip.
I don't know how close is North Dakota to Oregon. Is that very close?
Far, no. Half the country.
I need to look at a map. I'm not the best at geography.
I am, and it's like
I travel a lot, and I was just in North Dakota. I don't know where anything's at.
So do you still do the computer stuff too, or do you just do the online sales now?
The computer stuff.
Yeah.
No, you do a totally different type of computer stuff now. Don't lie. It's computers, but it's way high tech.
Yes.
Shots fired. Well, I lost my chance.
I did in Intel City, USA.
Oh yeah.
Isn't there a Cisco building there?
I like that. I'm subscribed. Send me a pallet. And let me tell you something. If I actually shipped you a pallet, you won't thank me. You will not be calling me up or sending me messages going, "Oh, thank you for this pallet." You're gonna be like, "I don't have a trash can big enough for this stuff."
Yeah.
Well, I was watching Resell Rabbit put out a video when he's doing the whole pallet thing. He was saying that he only gets like 10% of his pallets are usable.
That's correct.
That's about right. Yep.
That's about right. Yeah.
And so you have to be prepared to part out. So some of this stuff you can get more money for the items parts wise, but you still it takes a lot of labor, the manpower too. I ended up with a whole bunch of Bob Sweep vacuum cleaners, and the Bob Sweep vacuum cleaners actually were worth more after we took them apart and sold like the rollers and wheels out of them.
Yeah, so that's a huge tip for pallet people. A lot of this. Okay, remember when you're buying pallets, guys, you're buying customer returns. Typically, that's majority of the pallet world. Customer returns. A lot of them will be open box, and people just didn't like them, and they just stuck them back in there, or they didn't know how to use them, or whatever. But a majority of those items are manufactured.
Listen, there is ways to buy brand new merchandise by the pallet.
It's tough.
But you're talking
big
money that's crazy.
Yeah, if you even the pallets that are big money but not big money, they're going to be a majority merchandise return, customer RMAs that are broken. The customer broke. The customer scammed the store, just like you guys are used to eBay scams where somebody buys your brand new item and puts their broken one in and ships it back. People do that to Walmart. People do that to Best Buy. People do that to Groupon, to Amazon. They buy an item, they take it out, they put their bad one in, and they ship it back. And that's what ends up on a lot of pallets. So you have to be willing to, you're getting a deep discount. Let's say you're buying a $500 Dyson and you're getting it on a pallet and its cost is $50. So you're like, oh, I got a $50 Dyson. It's not going to work. But you might be able to part it out and get $150 for it. Or you might be able to do this or do that. That's where a lot of the money came in. And that's why it ended up taking a lot of labor and a lot of time, because you had to go through those items and figure out, was the roller bad, or was the handle bad, or was the power button bad? What was bad on that item, and what can we salvage from that item? Pallets take a lot of labor and a lot of manpower. And Dave's got dozens of employees. He's got people working for one company and people working for another company. I've got 2 employees, and I would never stress them with the pallet. We bought, if you guys look back at my Instagram, I bought a pallet, several pallets of clothes. And Dave, you remember this. I brought them home on a truck, and it took us 3 days to go through 2 pallets of clothes to look for stains and look for rips and look for damage. And then to be able to sort, this pile's good, this pile's completely garbage, and maybe this pile is, maybe we can salvage it. So imagine what it's like with electronics or coffee makers or Keurigs or, whatever you're buying, but you have to test. So just be ready for the work that's involved if you're going to buy
I just don't have any interest in that. I just don't. And I don't want to ever be parting stuff out, and
it's tough.
But because you got to realize it will never be you doing it. See that the difference in the level of what we're talking about here is when you go from where you're at and you're buying and selling, and you're making $2,000 or $3,000 a week, and pretty soon you're making $10,000, and then you hire an employee, and then 6 months from now you hire another employee, and in a year from now you have 4 employees, and now you're making $30,000-$40,000 a month. Then you're in a 6,000 square foot warehouse or 10,000 square foot warehouse, and one day the opportunity comes. You take that phone call and you buy that first load, and everything changes, and it's not you, it's all your employees, and it becomes a part of the process that continues to make money. And those processes evolve and your employees grow and your business grows. And one day you wake up and you've done 10, $11 million.
Well, that's what, so I'm doing this video, and Reezy, who did close to $1 million in just book sales last year, his tip was to hire people. Like, stop doing it.
Eventually, you have to. You have
to. That's right. You have to. You can't do it yourself. You can't. Casey's so close to where he's like right there. He's teetering where he really needs to hire somebody.
Somebody else besides my mom and.
That's right. And then it's the, well, you can't have them come to your house. So then that means you've got to go get a 400 or 500 square foot office, which is going to cost you $800 a month. And then the difference that you run into immediately, where that sounds like a good idea. My wife is in the other room right now, just listing away and working, and it's 10:40. See, so when you move into that office and you have that employee show up at 8 a.m. and they go home at 5,
yeah,
then you're going to spend more time at that office than you do at your house because you need to get it done. And unfortunately, your employee doesn't care. Your employee gets paid to work 8 hours a day, $10 an hour, and that's that. And it makes it very, very difficult because I want to get it listed, but nobody cares like I do. I'm the only one that cares if this stuff's going to get listed, sold, packed correctly, shipped to the right address. Nobody else cares.
Well, I've been stashing cash like crazy, and my goal is this spring to get a warehouse and hire 3 people.
Cost.
Crazy.
Cost.
You're jumping out there. Forget about Nicole.
No, cost, but like I have to spend the money because I'm tired of not making the money.
Yeah. You're
Nicole,
listen.
Nicole had very good luck with her last assistant employee. Somebody's echoing. Somebody's not muted anymore.
Oh, I'm muted. So you realize that when you start incurring costs, you're bringing on overhead, right?
Yeah.
And so the exponential return on the money, you have to do the math. You have to say, whenever I hire an employee, my math is an employee has to bring in 6 times what I'm paying them, right?
Right.
And then you have to factor in the return on the invested time for the return on the invested money versus the flat cost of the building, the electricity,
all right,
the
so
internet. Takes the fun right out of it. So Casey comes back.
Let me break down your 6 times. People are wondering what the 6 times is. 6 times the cost of the employee. So the reason is, typically if you're paying an employee, let's just say you're paying them $100 a day and you want to make 200, you have to double. That's 2 times. You've also got a building. This is the point that you get a building and electricity. Your building, your electricity, your overhead is always 2 times the employee cost. Minimum.
Well, there's tons more than just that, though. There's insurance.
That's right. This is where we get to 6 times.
There's a ton. There's payroll costs. There's a ton. Like,
That's right.
I've done my research. I know what it takes, but I also know that like I can hire one person, and that I need 3 people. I need them each to have their own designated job.
And that's where we get to 6 times. Your building overhead expenses is at least 2, if not 3 times that you have to make to cover all that. The profit you want to make is 1 to 2 times. And then your payroll and your payroll taxes are another 1 to 2 times. You have to make, if you're paying an employee $10 an hour, you have to make $50 to $60 an hour off the work they do in 1 hour to cover all the other expenses. That's the number you want to do, 5 to 6 times the money you're paying them. It sounds really bad, but that's the reality. If you're going to make money, 5 to 6 times to cover all the overhead, all the payroll, all the taxes, and leave you a profit of twice what you're paying them. If you're not making double the money, it's not worth doing it. It's not worth paying the employee. But so if you're paying an employee $100 a day and you want to make $200 for the day, you actually have to make $600 in profit because the $400 is going to go towards payroll, payroll taxes, overhead expenses, electricity, all that good stuff. And
it's called the forward carrying cost.
Forward carrying cost. That's right. So
okay, so you have to say how much money. First we have to know how much money it's going to take us to stay in operation for 6 months.
Right.
Right. And then within 3 months, you better have enough money to stay in business for 9 months. And so you always have a forward carrying cost with waterfall projections on sales. You have to know how much material you have to buy any given day. You can't buy anything today. You need to know that you can go buy it tomorrow.
You just entered a world that no one understands, by the way.
No, I do. I know exactly what he's talking about. Like, I know that people don't. I don't really talk about like books and numbers on my show necessarily because
nobody gets it.
I'm not an expert. I don't really need to. You should be hiring someone to do that stuff for you. But I know what you're saying. I know how to write a business plan. I know what it takes. And at some point, you have to just do it. You know, like I can't continue to make no money. I have to make money.
There's a point where a leap of faith. You're gonna have to go. I'm gonna spend the money. I'm gonna buy the material. I'm gonna hire the employees. And in 30 days, all that stuff's gonna be listed, and the sales are gonna be generating more money.
Right.
And that's it.
I know everyone is gonna do the same thing you did, where you're like, oh well, I'm just gonna do it. I know. I have this like mentality where if I want to do something and I set into place what needs to be done correctly, it gets done. And I might like fall down and trip and fall, but like it won't stop me. I'm just gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, that's the key thing. Like there are times, you know, sales are slow right now. I don't know about Nicole's channel. I don't look at Nicole's store every day, but sales are slow. Sales were crappy yesterday. They were pretty crappy today. They were crappy on Tuesday, and they've just been crappy all week. And people are like, I'm getting the emails from people that are like, I'm done selling. Because
we understand that you have to diversify products to survive the seasonal changes, and understanding how much inventory it's actually going to take for your sell-through rate. Right. So once you achieve all of that, you do all you get all the research done, and you know where you stand. It won't matter whether it's today or 6 months from now. My sales are just about the same every day. Unless the stock market crashes, that's the only thing that affects what my sales actually do.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, we do have a president coming in what is it? About 9 days now?
Nobody cares. The people that are buying our used clothes don't give a crap about a president.
Most of them. Most of them.
Hopefully they'll be excited, and he's going to create jobs, and people think they can spend money. Great.
Well, I hope he helps the small business.
Been normal, to be honest. I had a really bad day the other day, but I didn't list for 2 days. I was trying to prove a point, and I did it.
And you did 100, yeah, and then 100 listings. So. And
then I got right back to where I normally am, 400 or 500. So, I just wanted to prove my point. I proved my point, and now sales are pretty steady again. But, yeah, it's like a scary year for me, but it is what it is. I'm not going to be able to grow like where I am right now.
It just takes, you just have to stick with it. You can't some people just want to take away, like, oh, I'm going to go to Las Vegas for the week. Okay, knock yourself out. Come back and see what things look like when you get back. Like, you can't just stop on the work. It just doesn't happen that way.
My kids want a hug and kiss goodnight, so I'm actually going to head out.
Okay. Well, also, I appreciate, listen, for a spur of the moment, thank you so much for jumping on. Like, it was
thank you for joining us.
Dave, and let's connect and get together.
I'll text you the direct information to connect, so you'll be all right.
Okay.
All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Thank you, Casey.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
All right. We've been on quite a while, so.
We have.
My microphone just said muted. I'm not muted, am I?
Nope.
Okay, good. So yeah, we've been on for hold on. You could scroll down the channel. 1 hour 47 minutes. So
what's our live count at? I don't even know. I can't tell.
262 right now. But I'm gonna let it go there, which is awesome. I appreciate everybody that's here. Appreciate all the questions, for checking it out, for listening, and you guys are awesome. Every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Make sure you're back here. If there's any questions, comments, or anything you want me to cover on a Thursday night, you can just email it to me or leave it down in the comment section. I read every comment, whether I respond or not. I read them. It takes me a lot of time to respond to them. So if I don't respond right away, just bear with me. But I do read them, so you can leave it in the comment section, and we'll get to them next Thursday.
I hope I get 262 new subscribers out of all these viewers. That would be awesome.
The link is below. You guys can check out both of their channels. You guys can check out all the videos, and make sure to just go watch them all, and you'll learn a lot. Whether you're small, whether you're big, you can learn for the future. You can learn for now, and basically that's it. Just keep learning everything that you can, and you'll become a better seller. Brian Bana, thank you so much. Thanks everybody for being here, and we appreciate
I answer all the questions and comments that come through my YouTube channel. So just you could go and send me messages or comment in the comment thingy, like Casey says.
Yeah, we answer as many as possible. Again, once it gets to be too many, it takes a little time, but we'll get to all of them. So just make sure you leave it, and we'll get a response. So thanks so much, everybody, and we'll see you next time. We'll see you next week, and I'll probably be live this weekend. So just keep an eye on my channel. And we'll catch you guys later. Thanks so much again. Good night, guys.
Bye-bye.